the turn of the Indian hospitality tide. If last year saw breakups, this year is about expansion and newer entries. Expectations from the new government is spurring investor confidence, and growth in the medium to long term is on the rise.
The time to come into a market is before it's obvious for you to be there. So when we talked earlier about being a first mover, we want to be here before someone else realizes it was a good idea to do that. We also think in the long term, if that doesn't happen in 2 years, but it happens in 4 years, that's okay, because our plan when we open a hotel is to operate for quite some time.
Almost all major brands have seen a very healthy supply and a good growth across most markets in the top 10 or 12 markets in India.
Starwood Hotel and Resorts Group has just announced the relocation of their global headquarters to India for 5 weeks in March 2015. They carry the legacy of the Sheraton, operating 40 hotels in the country, and there are 36 more in the pipeline. In cities like Pimpri Pune, Ahmedabad, Aurangabad and Delhi NCR.
What we're seeing is more and more businesses and people moving to what today are middle-sized cities. So something like half of global GDP growth in the next 20 years will come from not the top 100, but the next 500 cities.
Cities like Ahmedabad, like Gurgaon, both seeing double-digit growths last fiscal. And there's Goa, where the party doesn't end even after years of growth.
Goa needs more hotels. Hoteliers in Goa are very happy with the way their assets have performed. Brands are very happy with the management contracts they have in place.
Bringing more Goan cheer to the holiday market now is Wyndham Hotels. The group's Planet Hollywood is slated to open in 2015 in a license agreement with JMJ Group India that operates premium hotels in the country. Planet Hollywood Goa will be the second property in the world outside Las Vegas. The Hollywood-inspired hotel expected to start operations mid-2015.
The most in-demand destination right now for the 4.4 million members that choose India is Goa. One of the things I think that's most exciting for the Planet Hollywood Goa are the 15 seaside, right now they're calling them tents. I think there's a better way to market these seaside accommodations. They're bungalows, they're villas, they're as close to the water as you possibly could get.
Kempinski, that broke ties with the Leela last year, is now set to open more hotels in India. With one solely operated property in Delhi right now, Kempinski is doing a toss-up between Goa and Kerala next. Also, Starwood's ultra-luxe brand St. Regis is eyeing Goa. It's already in talks to take over the Palladium Hotel in Mumbai after the exit of Shangri-La. The US-based Hilton has announced plans to open its first Conrad property next year. And there is the Ritz Carlton that's all set to open its second property in Mumbai after Bangalore. The brand carries the historical legacy of this man, Cesar Ritz, who set it up in the early 1900s. He was then called the King of Hoteliers and Hotelier to Kings. Now, the Ritz Carlton runs 85 hotels in 26 countries, and they like to be defined by their personalized services. Its Hong Kong property, the highest hotel in the world. But the Ritz Carlton has waited to enter India until as recently as 2013. Well, to get a little more perspective on this entire trend of global luxury hotel chains looking at the Indian market very eagerly, we are joined by Mr. Herve Humler. He's President and COO of the Ritz Carlton Hotel Company. He's joining us from our Bloomberg studio in Washington. Mr. Humler, it's nice of you to join us. To start off, give us a sense of how Ritz Carlton as a group of hotels is doing globally, and also the kind of geographies that are turning out to be most profitable for you.
You know, for us, it's always going after a new market. Or if I look at in the Middle East, if I look at Asia, Europe, and especially in America, we have done extremely well. In fact, we are ahead of our forecast for the year at the end of August, and we should meet and certainly potentially exceed our yearly forecast for the year. Not only Ritz Carlton, but many hotel companies are in demand. People are traveling.
Mr. Humler, how has the customer profile also now changed, and how does technology make a difference in the way that you cater to this new audience?
When we look at our leisure business, people are traveling with family, like many other hotel companies. We are focusing on the new generation of customer, and that new generation of customer are the X, the Y, and the millennial, who are about 32 years old. We have developed new platform for them, and especially mobility, new mobility, or people can check in online. You can use your mobile device, check in online, check out online, and as well, all the service requests will be available at your fingertips. Sometime early next quarter, when you go to one of our resorts, if you sit on the pool or in a beach and so on, you will be able to order from your mobile device as well any item you want in the menu.
Well, I'm sure, Mr. Humler, a lot of the Indian clientele is going to appreciate the use of technology, but do tell us about your Indian foray as well. You have started in Bangalore, but really, you are a later entrant as far as the luxury hotel chain groups go. How's it turning out to be?
Well, we are moving to India. We are very pleased, and we opened our first hotel in Bangalore about 9 months ago. This is an interesting city who position Ritz Carlton extremely well. What we have in Bangalore, we have 400 companies out of the 500 Fortune company who are located in that market. I mean, it's a great market for Ritz Carlton, a great corporate market. And as you may know, we have announced Mumbai and as well Pune. The wealthy, the rich and the affluent from India have traveled already all our hotels for the last 30 years.
So with a growing footprint in India, how do you adapt to some of the local nuances in such a diverse market, keeping the brand image in mind?
Not only unique to India, he works as well in geography, but it is essential when we build a hotel in India like we have done in Bangalore, and we will do the same thing when we start the construction in Mumbai and in Pune. We have to get data, what customers want, what the local market want, who are traveling to Bangalore, what they want in a hotel, or certainly from the culinary side of it. You want to make sure you associate with the best of the best. And we get data regarding the size of the room, the bathroom, what people want, the decoration, the color scheme, and so on. Well, it is interesting then, if we are in India, we have to design a hotel who reflect on the culture of this great country.
But Mr. Humler, now this great country has growing competition in the space that you're in. So how does the Ritz Carlton cope with that?
We opened our first hotel, and 10 months later, we did announce 2 new hotels. We're very pleased with our pace of growth, and we are looking at other destinations. I don't see any challenge for Ritz Carlton.
So which are these destinations that you're looking at in India, besides the ones that you've mentioned?
Once I get a contract signed and so on for one of these new opportunities, I promise you'll be the first one to know. But at this point in time, it will not be useful to look or to discuss the location we're looking at, but it's several of them.
All right, Mr. Humler, we'll leave it there. Great chatting with you on Aspire.
Thank you indeed for joining us, Mr. Humler from Washington.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure to give you an update on the Ritz Carlton Hotel Company.
So clearly, global players like Ritz Carlton are in India for the long run. And why not? The Indian hospitality sector's revenues are expected to double to $36 billion by 2018 from $17 billion in 2008.